Good morning. Hello, everybody. I'm Ernest. A day in the life in an RV park. The sun is coming up because I can tell there's light coming through the vent. It's around 6:50. So I keep the door closed at night. See, the vent's on this side. I mean the thermostat. So I don't need to cool the whole RV. I'm conserving energy. I open it up in the morning, and I brush my teeth and take my supplements and make some coffee. So down here, this is the breaker for the water heater. I only use hot water when I take a shower, and I usually do that in the evening or so. And when I do, I just turn it on. I let it warm up for about 15-20 minutes. Turn it back off. I take a shower, and I got hot water. I call it my on-demand water heater, except it's manual. So this is a smart TV, and I use the internet that's provided free here at the RV park to run my TV. So why am I doing a day in the life in the RV park? Well, about a month ago or so, I got a comment on one of my videos and say, hey, can you do a day in an RV park, your life? And I started thinking, I've seen other RVers do that, YouTubers and travelers and stuff like that, and they're just doing common things like making the coffee, watching TV, just kind of vlogging. And I said, you know what, let me do one of those and see how it goes, see if the audience really wants to see that. So this is the cover to my truck. This is that hail-proof, I don't know if you've seen the video, this is a hail-proof cover that you can put on a vehicle and to help you prevent hail damage. If you haven't seen where my RV got damaged and my car got damaged by hail, luckily I was able to save my truck. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do something about it, and this is what I came up. It's a quilted cover that goes on a vehicle, and I've seen it for other cars or what, but this is for an F-250, so that's why it's huge. The only thing is, when I don't have it on, well, what I'm going to do with it. So I need to find somewhere to store it when not in use. These are my boots here. I got a lot of boots, and these are just 3 pairs, but these are the ones I'm finding at secondhand places. Let me put the lights on. Yeah, these are kind of like a chocolate brown. I got this, I think it was $60, but then I get a military discount and I forget what it was. But some of these lizard boots, they can go for like $600. I know these Tony Llamas back there, they're on the website for $600, $615. I got this foot stretcher at Goodwill for $3, and I bought these, I think these were $40 plus my military discount, so These are on clouds, but they were a little bit tight, so I'm gonna loosen them up a little bit and do stuff like that. I kind of like to do thrift shopping. This is an old clock I got for free. My old commander, who retired, wanted to get rid of some old stuff. So this is an old clock made like in the 30s. Oh, Trump and Elon, they're fighting. How disappointing.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Michael George.
Michael, thank you. In this morning's Money Watch, important news on the economy. The newest jobs report, it'll be out this morning, and it may show the effect the tariffs are having in this country. Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady has made her way to the New York Stock Exchange for a preview of what to expect. Kelly, good morning. I'm curious, what's the mood like there?
Well, good morning to you, Tony. Look, the investors that I've spoken to are apprehensive. There is a lot riding on today's jobs report. The labor market is held up even with an ex-girlfriend yesterday.
Boy, Sean Duty got himself in a big mess, didn't he? Hey, do you do this too? Do you not brush your teeth until after you had your coffee? I do that. Or after breakfast and stuff. I was just wondering if other people do that. I do the same thing.
That night, opening up, quote, a Pandora's box. She described how the sexual encounters with escorts started happening every time she saw Combs, typically lasting 24 to 30 hours or more.
Holy crap.
Jane allegedly told Combs repeatedly that she only wanted
Boy,
to have sex with
P.
him.
Diddy is a freak, huh?
Explained that she had to be ready at a moment's notice.
Russia's revenge on Kyiv.
So sad what's happening over there. You know, I don't think Putin wants the war to end. Who else thinks that? I think that's the real reason, because he doesn't fear Ukraine or doesn't fear any other retaliation.
Russia fired nearly 50 missiles and launched more than 400 drones, said Ukraine's defense minister. Fast.
But sometimes you see two young children fighting like crazy. They hate each other and they're fighting in a park. And you try and pull them apart. They don't want to be pulled. Sometimes you're better off letting them fight for a while and then pulling them apart.
And in response to Russia's strikes,
Behind a gate, they eventually...
And this guy was in a wheelchair, trapped inside of his burning vehicle, and they're getting him out.
New information about an airliner engine that caught on fire back in March. Passengers and crew had
All kinds of bad news on the news.
Now, the national...
Okay, so what have I done this morning? I got up, I made coffee, I had a text message to order some of these balloons and arches for my daughter's graduation party. We're gonna have a graduation party, so I had to make a big arch with a bunch of balloons and stuff like that. And so I ordered that. I'm watching news, show you a little bit of my thrift store collection, although you haven't seen everything. I shop too much. Let me show you. Look at all these shoes that I have, and I've gotten these shoes very cheap. I probably paid like $8 to $10 on average for these shoes. Look at this. This is Converse, and most of these were brand new. I still had the tags on them from the stores. This is a Houston, Texas Converse tennis shoe. I kind of like all kinds of tennis shoes. Some more Converse. I like Converse. I got these leather shoes. I got the Hey Dudes. I got a bunch of stuff. This is where I keep all my watches. You know, when I used to do, I do Casio watches and stuff, and I kind of laid off the Casio watches for now. Just, you know how you tend to just start to do something, and then you start doing something else and buying something else, and that kind of drops off. Something else takes over, but I'll go back to Casio watches. I love the Casio watches. I'm still a fan. Here's a picture y'all probably haven't seen. That's me and my daughters. It's probably 8-9 years ago. Here I got the Disney bands, so we'll be using those pretty soon. We're going in about a week and a half, going to Disney. Little knick-knack hanging shelf. I got my tripod. I used that yesterday. I don't know if y'all, I gotta put the lights on in here. It's too dark. I did my first RV sale video yesterday. I got in touch with the dealership here, Ron Hoover RV Sales, and they agreed to me coming over and doing some filming. So I've done my first RV showcase, I guess, kind of video. Watch that, see what y'all think, see if you like it. It was really fun. The manager there, Rick, was really kind, very nice, very easy to work with. He just kind of let me do whatever I wanted to do. I guess he trusts me. I'm kind of, that's the thing I was worried about is people going to trust me because they don't know me, and they have a business to run. But I would never damage your business or anything like that. I have a lot of respect. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to come and film at anybody's location. This is an old photo of my family. 3 of them are gone now. Both of my parents in the middle and my brother off to the right. He has passed. I'm the second guy on the left. This is an old photo. It's back when I had hair. You want to see what it looked like when I had hair? But yeah, life changes and keeps going, man. You better get going. It's gonna pass you by. Love everybody in this photo. This is a picture of my parents at the ranch. This is before they got married. They're in their 20s here. So I'm thinking this is in the 40s. I can't remember when they got married. This is the plaque I got when I retired. Certification of retirement. On a cruise, an award I got. Me and my girlfriend. Keep life simple. That's my dad as a teenager. My mom, my girls, me and the girls. Fishing poles. That reminds me, I just got my license, fishing license. I haven't got it in a few years. I've just haven't done it. I said, I'm retired. I'm gonna start to do some fishing, around here locally at first. And I used to fish a lot more. I used to do a lot of kayaking. I was telling William, my friend, I want to get back into do some kayaking. I really missed it. I'd done a lot of kayaking back in the day, and I need to get back out there on the water. I think my favorite thing was the rivers. I like to go, get dropped off on the river and go down 8-9 miles or whatever, fish along the way. If there's a waterfall, get in there. I've done some offshore fishing off the beach and stuff like that. It's called Beyond the Breakers is what they call it, is what the kayakers call it. This is a sign, and it has a light on the back, but I think it doesn't have batteries. But my friend made that. He does little Texas stuff for the walls and stuff, and also he does some furniture. His dad used to do that, and so I guess he's continuing the tradition. Here we got some cowboy hats. I got a bunch of cowboy hats. I probably got about, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and there's probably three or four more in there, and I got 2 in the back. I got a bunch of hats. I don't know how many hats I got. A lot. I got these bracelets. I keep buying bracelets, and then I don't wear them. Do you see this thing here? Let me see if I can get back. This is to massage your back, my shoulder blades. I bought this. So some of y'all might not know that I get a pain like in between my shoulder blades, muscle pain, and I'm gonna turn the TV off. And so over the years, and this has been going on at least 5 years or longer, and I get this pain in between my shoulder blade. I think they call it the rhomboideus muscle or something like that. And I have to stretch it, or I have this ball that I lay down on the floor and rub in there. I've done massages several times. I've been to a chiropractor and everything, and it really hasn't really helped. I think I got the problem working so many years at a desk at the computer with my arms like this all the time. And the reason I say that is because when I ride my motorcycle, my arms are also like, horizontal like this. And the pain will come after about an hour of riding or so. And it gets pretty intense, but it doesn't have to be that way. I can, like the other day I was shopping with my daughter, and the pain was getting so strong that I just wanted to leave. I just, I was hoping that they wanted to go already. Everything was done, and for the pain to stop. So I'm finally going to do something about it. It's robbing my joy. One of my favorite things to do is ride the motorcycle. I ride every week, at least 200, 300 miles a week on the weekend joy rides. And I really enjoy that. And this takes away from that. So I made an appointment with my doctor. My doctor made an appointment with my physical therapist, a physical therapist. I'm going to go later on and see what they can do, what they can tell me, if they can help me or not. So that's one of the things I'm going to do today. So here's something that y'all might not know about me is I do facial products. And you're thinking, what, an RV guy takes care of his face? So this is a spray. Now you can find most of this stuff pretty cheap. Like this one's TG Maxx, $6. I like to go to TG Maxx. I can buy stuff there really cheap. There's a face serum, vitamin C and vitamin E. Does it got, no, it doesn't have a sticker on it. Trying to see if you can see prices. This is for the eyes, puffy eye syndrome, serum and syndrome. But I do have puffy eye syndrome. So retinol and vitamin E. This is a cream, a daily cream. I get comments all the time, quite often as, hey, you're 62 years old. You don't look like you're 62. I mean, I don't know. I can't say it's the face cream because I just started that about a year ago. But it's something I do, and just little self-care. I work out like 3 to 4 times a week, although it doesn't look like it. I always say I'm the fittest, fattest guy, 62-year-old there is at the gym. That's for sure. But it's just something I do. Look, I got some necklaces here. I got a bolo tie. Just stuff I get. Just showing in just a little bit of my world. That's where I keep my supplements and medications stuff. The only medication I take a blood pressure, and but I cut the pill in half, so I don't even take a full dose. And I take 2 cholesterol pills a week, one on Monday, one on Fridays. If I would just lose about 10 pounds, I probably could stop doing that. And I'm going to get back down. Right now I'm in a heavy stage. I'm like 207 pounds or 208 pounds. I like to be down. I was down to like 192, 195, somewhere in there. And that I noticed that my blood pressure would drop. So it runs in my family. So I'm probably going to have some kind of blood pressure medication. But that's the only health related medication I take, and so I need to lose some weight. Bottom line is I need to lose some weight. Yeah, I know guys probably wondering, like, what's a guy like me doing, taking facial stuff? This little spritz here, or whatever spray, it's fun. It wakes you up, man. I like it. I don't know. I look at it. I look forward to spraying my face with some this like a rose water collagen toner, instant hydration, all in a bottle for $6. TG Maxx, some of y'all don't know, I'm pretty sure some of the women know, is an excellent place to get cheap facial products. I don't know how good they are compared to the high-end stuff, but you know, I enjoy doing it. So what do I eat? So this refrigerator was been off for years until I got retired, and then I turned it on. It works great, but I used to eat at the house. I kept all my food at work. But what am I eating here? This is what I'm gonna have for breakfast. I have these a lot. These are real good. Frozen burgers. I dropped a pizza. Let's see. I think these are Red Baron. These frozen dinners. Here's one of those sandwiches that are in this box here. I always freeze the blueberries. I like to put these in my oatmeal or just snack on them. I like them frozen. I don't have much in here because I've ate a lot of stuff. This is cream for the creamer, tortillas, peanut butter. I probably shouldn't keep peanut butter in there. It's cold. Got some cold cuts. Do y'all know what HEB is? Here in Texas, HEB is a grocery store. And as I travel, I don't see anything. That's one thing about HEB. That's one of the best grocery stores here in Texas, I think, in the United States, as far as I can tell when I travel. Tell me what grocery stores y'all have in your area. But here, HEB is king. And if you ever been in HEB, it's really nice. I like it. I really enjoy going to the HEB and looking at all the different foods. And for someone like me who doesn't cook, I'm a microwave king. But they cook a lot of food for you there, and you can buy it already cooked. I could just heat it up. I freeze a lot of stuff. You know, I'm not big on cooking. I can barbecue. I can cook some stuff. I've got an air fryer right here that I've, made burgers and chicken breast with there, but I don't even have gas in the RV. I don't use gas to heat up my RV, and I don't use gas to cook. And until that changes, I don't find a reason why I should fill up my propane tanks. So I just leave it like that. I don't need it for the winter heat. So, I just do everything electrical. Yeah, it gets hot here in Texas. What I tend to do is I'll close off the bedroom doors, the thermostat in there. I just stay in there when I'm here, but I don't hardly live in the RV. I'm always gone or doing something. So really no need to heat up to cool the whole RV down. I just block the door and go in there when I get done with the day. As the sun drops, I might open the door and then cool the RV down. So I'm going to show you some knickknacks that I got. I got this when I retired from the military. 24 years in the military. For those who just found this channel, there's just some coins I got. This is a skull of a bobcat that I found at the ranch. These are some tools that come from the ranch. I grew up, with a family ranch that we have. We still have it, although it's not operational more. This is just my last name. This was one of the things I kept on my desk when I was in this safety guy. I was the flight safety NCO for my wing. PlayStation number 3. You probably haven't seen one of these. I got this free. Here at the RV park, they'll have things that are free on this table, and if you happen to see it, you can take it. I've put things on the free table. I've taken things on the free table, and this is one of them, and it works. And I have a bunch of games. I have some games in there, and but I find myself, I'm not much of a gamer. I'm just not playing. This is supposed to be me and my daughters. There's some old vintage car models, old Harley and stuff. This was from my unit, given to me from when I retired. 433rd Alamo Ring, Master Sergeant Alvarez. Just stuff like that. So this is one of my morning shows. It's Ken 5. I live here in San Antonio. I live in I live in the urban area. I live in a large city here in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, 7th largest city in the United States. I don't know how many people live here, 2-3 million. And I live right next door to SeaWorld. So the block next over is SeaWorld. So I'm not one of those RVers that live out in the woods or whatnot. I actually live in an urban area. We're very Hispanic here. We're close to Mexico, and just in Texas in general is a very Latin area to grow up in. I don't really speak Spanish very well. Let me tell you a little story about growing up. So I'm Hispanic. My mom and dad are Hispanic. Well, my mom was half German anyway, so those that might not know. So I got some German in me. But everybody in my family speaks Spanish. But I was the youngest, and I was born, my brother that's near my age, he's 10 years apart. So I was an accident. I like to say I was the accident that happened here. My parents had 2 boys and 2 girls. They were content. They had a matching pair. And then I came 10 years later. My mom was like 38 and my dad was like 40 or something like that when they had me. So, and back in the 60s, that was kind of, you didn't see too much of that. That was, So anyway, here I am. I'm the baby in the family. But when I was born, my sisters told my mom, don't speak Spanish to him. And because they had a lot of problems going in school. That's before their bilingual programs and stuff. And they had to learn Spanish at school, I guess. And in hearsay, there was no formal English speaking education back then in the 50s and in the 60s too. So when I was born, they made it a point not to teach me Spanish. And so now I understand Spanish, and I can speak it when I have to. I went to Puerto Rico and I got along pretty good speaking my broken Spanish, but I got by. And but I wouldn't mind learning how to speak Spanish, but right now it's pretty much just English, and is the only language, and I haven't even mastered that yet. Do a little beard trimming, getting ready for my appointment with the physical therapist, not the mental therapist. Done did that one. Crazy was cured. Everybody's a little crazy. Good thing about being bald is I haven't been to barbershop in like 9 years. Gave up trying to grow hair. One of the first things I did when I got divorced is shave my head. Just cleaning up. I do this about every 3 or 4 days to keep the stubble down. Then I'll kind of clean up my beard. Hard to do it while I'm filming. I'm trying to get a little fade going on the best I can. Yeah, I better start filming. I got this little razor to do a little bit of line, try to clean it up. I gotta get going to the therapist, physical therapist. What do you think? Real quick trim up job. Got the truck warming up. My particular truck has a 7.3 gas engine in it that's called a Godzilla XLT model. All right, leaving the RV spot. Just quick overlook of where I live. There's some older RVs, newer RVs. It's a mismatch. I know a lot of RV parks have like a 10-year. If your RV is older than 10 years, they don't want you there. This particular RV park is a little lenient on that. Well, they don't really. I don't know if that's a rule or if they just don't enforce it, but it's a very nice place to live. The speed limit here is 5 miles an hour. These lots over here are the more premium lots. These are, I think, $1,000 a month. So you get basically 2 lots. One to park your RV and then one to park your vehicle. Windshield's dirty, so it's hard for you to look through it. I was going to show you right here at the entrance of the RV park, there is a turnaround as you enter the RV park. See it right here in front of me? So this is how you would come in from the street. Over there, there's the main office and the main swimming pool, one of the laundry rooms and the bathroom that you can use. We got landscapers doing some work out here, and this is overflow parking over here. You can also park in front if you have like 2 vehicles, but they don't encourage that. There's a trash can. Let's get down to the physical therapist. So this is showing you where I live. This is actually the next block over from my park, and you can see there's a roller coaster right here. There's a school. I live in a urban area. This over here off to the left, the theme park over here, is actually SeaWorld. So I actually live near SeaWorld. As a matter of fact, the RV park where I live at, I don't know if they still do or not, they offer a shuttle from the RV park over here. But I've actually walked from my RV here to the theme park, so I don't have to pay parking. I did that once and my daughters complained about it because it's like a 2-mile walk, because this is a big block that SeaWorld is on, and they didn't want to do it no more. But look, there's the entrance to SeaWorld. I don't know if you can see it. I got my Ford hat on so I could drive my Ford F-250. I've been driving F-250s for a while now. The first one I had, I owned for 17 years, and then I had that. If you watch my channel, you can see where I had a gray one. That one I had for like 2.5, 3 years, and then now I got this one. It's a better view of my F-250. I haven't done a video on that of yet. So we're here at the building where the physical therapist is at. This whole building is a bunch of medical people that are that are in this building. My daughters used to go here when they had their doctor used to be here, but that doctor's left. Anyway, let's go inside and get my therapy. Okay, just finished with the doctor. He just gave me some stretching exercises to do. We're gonna meet next week, and I'm supposed to do some stretching exercises, and ask a lot of questions about when the pain started and what could be causing it. And so we're going to I don't know, head back. I'm starting to get hungry. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna make. So let's see what's going on. Get back to the truck. Should I name my truck? I don't know. What do you think I should call it? The abominable, let's say, Great White Beast. Those are new to my channel. This is my Indian Challenger 22 model. Got videos on that up there. I keep it underneath the this part of the fifth wheel to give it some shade and protection. I've got chains on it. I've got alarm. I got a wheel lock. I got all kinds of security systems on it, and I keep my car parked right there. So here's something I do that maybe some other y'all do that. Well, this is just my drinking water, but this is tap water that I got in bottles, and I keep it there because this park, every now and then, they shut the water off. There's water problems within the park, and so during that time, I need to still use the bathroom, wash my hands. I can even take a shower with that water because they shut the water off for a certain amount of time. So it's kind of like an emergency water that I use to do the bathroom with, wash my hands, stuff like that. I don't drink it, but anyway, I was wondering other people do that too. So I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna cook me up. This is fully cooked, frozen HEB burgers. Pop them in the microwave, and voila. I call it the trailer trash burger. You'll see what I'm talking about here pretty soon. My last piece of cheddar cheese. I warmed up the burger, but I need to melt the cheese a little bit. Go ahead and put that up. Follow me for more recipes. Well, here's the part why I call it the trailer trash burger, because I don't have any hamburger buns, and I just make do with what I got, put some mustard on it, and I'm ready to go. Voila, dinner is served. Oh, let me not forget the piece of resistance is the lemon pepper seasoning. I put a little bit on there. Sometimes I do that. I don't really meant for burgers, more like a chicken flavor or a chicken or fish, but I tend to sprinkle it on there instead of salt, and it just gives it a little bit of flavor. So like I said, follow me for more recipes. I got more to come, stuff that you probably wouldn't even imagine. But living alone, and I'm just feeding myself. I'm not working no more. I don't really want to go out all the time. I was doing that for the first 2 weeks when I retired. I was doing a lot of eating out for everything, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna turn the refrigerator on. I'm gonna start to make some stuff here, and little by little I start to go. I need to go back to the grocery store. Actually, I might go back today. So here I got some frozen blueberries. I love to eat those, and some HEB Zero, their version of Coke Zero. I normally buy Coke Zero. This is the first time I bought the HEB brand. I can say it's pretty darn good. Taking a few bites off of my trailer trash burger. Sitting back now. It's 11:58. Going to be noon. Going to watch the noon news and see what's going on around the world. See if Trump and Elon have made up yet.
Mendoza, right now we are following two DPS car chases within 10 minutes of each other, and both end on one.
You know, I hear that these blueberries are actually pretty good for you. They're like a detox. I think any dark fruit is a detox. Not sure. I enjoy them. Gotta have something healthy to eat to counteract the trailer trash burger. So here's something that I do, and this is my bedroom, and there's like this little overhang right here, and I got this contraption right here, and I put it there, and then I put my cell phone on this thing facing me while I'm and I can watch movies I can watch movies while I'm in bed, or I can watch YouTube and stuff like that right from bed. I don't know if anybody else is doing that too that lives in RVs. Well, I ate those burgers, and I decided to. This is on that contraption I just showed you. I'm laying here watching some YouTube and stuff, and I said, you know what? I better get up, or the day's gonna pass. I'm probably gonna go to the gym. But that's what it's like being retired. You can just fill your days the way you want it to be filled. Later on, I do plan to do some traveling. I've already done some traveling this year. This will be my 4th trip already, and it's June the 6th today. So in a week and a half or so, I'm going to Disney and Epcot. I mean, not Epcot, Epic Universe, the new park in Florida, me and my daughters. So, and I got videos on all that stuff on, like I went to Colorado was the last trip. What was the one before that? I went to Nashville. I got videos on that. Nashville's pretty darn cool. Colorado's always cool. It's one of my favorite states to visit. But let me get up before I get too lazy and complacent. All right. Okay, so it's 1:24 right now, and I'm fixing to go to the gym. So I'm going to close the door off. As you see, I got a little sock rolled up here to close it up. So the thermostat's in there, and that's going to be it. When I come back, it'll be a lot cooler in the bedroom than it is here in the living room. And I do that because I'm not going to be here for a while. I'm going to go work out. I might go get groceries. I might go do some other stuff. So let's go head to the gym. This time we're going to take my car. So this is my 2014 Ford Focus. You can see I got 178,551 miles on here. I'm the original owner of this. I bought this in 2015. It was a leftover model from 2014. It is standard. Not too many people can do that. I call it my anti-theft device because I think a lot of people don't know how to drive standard. I learned to drive in a standard car, truck, and I went to the Hilton one time. I was staying over there, and they called me back up and say, "Sir, can you come back down here? Nobody knows how to valet park your car because it's standard." So I had to go back down and park my own car. So you may be asking, how did I retire? Because some of y'all have been watching my channel, some haven't. First time watching it. I am retired military. I am retired civil service. Technically, I'm not retired civil service. I took the Elon Musk Doge buyout. So I'm getting paid from April to December 31st. I'm getting paid full-time pay. And then January 1st, then I can file for unemployment. I'm not unemployment. I can file for retirement, and I'll be officially retired. But right now, I'm still an employee of the federal government. And so I got several avenues of revenue coming in. Passive income. I'll be 62 in July. Is June right now. So I might file for Social Security. So just here throwing out the trash. But yeah, this is a 2014 Ford Focus. It's lasted me a long time. It's hardly given me any issues. I tell you one thing good about having an old car like this. This is an old beater car that I have, and I use it as I can go out at night or to places and not worry about somebody breaking into my car. And if it does, oh well, this car has paid for itself over and over again. I've done just regular maintenance on it, and the only thing I've done that's broken is the motor mounts. I replaced the motor mounts. That was like 350 bucks, and it just keeps going. I'm at, well, you know, 178,000 miles, although we had a hailstorm, and you may be able to tell it's all cracked and everything, and it's got dents all over it now, but it runs great. So before I go into the gym, I'd like to go into my favorite thrift store. It's right next to the gym. Okay, thank God they didn't have anything. I got too much stuff as it is, so let's walk up to the gym. Lately I've been starting off with the trail with the Stairmaster. Okay, I usually do 15 minutes of Stairmaster to warm up the body and get ready for some. Let's go do some weights, some core workout. So, good warm up. So here's one of the HEBs. This is a HEB Plus. All that's just the store, the grocery store. And over here, this building is the curbside, like for stuff you just want to do online and call in. This particular HEB has a restaurant in it too. They have like a barbecue restaurant in there. Food's really good. This particular HEB also has a clothing store inside of it. Alright, just picking up a few items. Apples, bananas, pretzels, hummus, chocolate covered almonds, yogurt, bread, cream for the milk. Just some little stuff. That's the barbecue restaurant I was telling you about. Real good. Alright, so let's turn on the on-demand water heater manual. I'm gonna patent that. Let the water heat up for a little bit. I'm gonna have a little snack, something to drink, and take a shower. It's 3:30 right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do later on this afternoon. Still fairly early in the day, but I think I'm gonna end the video right here. I think that's enough right there to give you an idea of a day in the life of an RV park.